Prince Harry, does he truly have any old friends left? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Really, this story today I wanted to clear up for you because lots of people have been getting in touch asking me all about this background to this story. It all centres upon, of course, the wedding way back in 2018 between the former actress Meghan Markle and, of course, the former royal known as His Royal Highness Prince Harry. Lots of people were shocked, if you recall, at that wedding because it turned out that Meghan and Harry had invited people that she had never met and even he had never met. You know, they didn't know them intimately, they weren't close friends, all that sort of stuff. There were people, of course, that Prince Harry knew quite well, like the Beckhams, Victoria and David. Harry is a big football fan and Beckham was a national football hero so much of the early noughties and late 90s, so obviously that would have made perfect sense. In fact, they got on incredibly well, as does Victoria. Now, it's interesting also because then the Clooneys came out, didn't they, and said, well, they weren't quite sure why they were invited, but they went along anyway. Certain stars didn't get an invite, like Ellen, and obviously extracted their revenge years later by getting the Duchess of Sussex, aka Meghan, to squat and drink from a baby's bottle on national television. You can always get your revenge one way or another, right, Ellen? Interesting to note, though, that this particular story is based around a very close friend of Prince Harry, Tom Inskip. Now, he's known affectionately as Skippy, and according to this report, Tom was upset because while he was invited to the main event, the wedding at St George's Chapel in Windsor, he wasn't invited or amongst the 200 guests that were invited to the after, as it were, you know, the evening function, the big event. The reason why there was 200 guests is simply this: Prince Charles didn't want it to become a riotous affair with 500, 1,000 people, which it could have easily become. That's all because, of course, certain people say, allegedly, that Meghan wanted to invite movers and shakers moving forward in her life to make sure that these were the people that could matter to them, should and when, of course, they decide to do whatever they were planning to do, which we now know, of course, is expand their celebrity brand. So how hurt truly was Tom? Well, according to a very good source who knows him well, not really that bothered at all. I think he felt that he'd lost his friend and that, of course, he'd moved on, as a lot of people do when they get married. What he's more concerned about now, though, is the fact that he can't seemingly repair that fractious relationship because he doesn't truly know how to connect back. That's because Prince Harry, as we know, is on another plane, another sphere, as they say, and wants to do things differently and, more importantly, things his own way. Lots of people do this, it's not that bad. But a lot of people are speculating in the media that he was cut off, dropped, all of that sort of thing. Tom himself would say he's a reformed character. Harry and Tom knew each other from the Eton days. They became party kings, as it were, and were slightly raucous, of course, in their teenage years. For now, though, Tom says he truly believes that one day they will reconnect, and perhaps in totally different circumstances. I wonder what that means. I'll leave you to ponder those thoughts from a once close friend of Prince Harry. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.